Hello. I want to take a moment and give you a little bit of background in the academic integrity activity that I'm going to have you do this week. I think it's something that's really important, um, and obviously that's why I'm assigning it. I'm going to go through an example with you and show you approximately what I'd like you to end up doing. Um, this year, especially when so much is going to be done online, having the academic integrity to do your own work, let your teacher know when you understand things, when you don't understand things, when you need help, is going to be really important. So, like I said, I want to make sure that we've gone through some scenarios to let you know what I would consider is something, um, whether it's all right or whether it's academically dishonest. And then we're going to discuss those in class. But the goal is going to be for you to have a scenario where you look at something, you write down your own thoughts on it, and then when we come back to class next week, it's something where we'll talk about those in class. So thanks. I told you that I wanted to give you an example. So this is the document that you'll be using for the academic integrity assignment. So each student in physics class is assigned one of these scenarios, and your name will be the front of the scenario and then in bold beneath. And then I'm going to ask you to type something beneath it. So this is where Aziz would type. And I'd like you to read it, put your own answer in. If you'd like to give feedback or comments when someone else has written, so say if Collins wanted to give something like that, a comment once that's been done, hey, I like your idea. So this is all in one document, and I'll get rid of these at some point, what I typed in, like right now. Okay. So I did one of these. I'll give you my example. So the example that I did was 4C, and it says Doug finds it difficult to complete homework due to his ADHD, and normally, I should say, he Googles answers to the homework which he copies down for homework checks. He rationalizes that it's okay because after a certain amount of time he can't focus and doesn't learn from the homework anyway. So my answer personally to that would be, I think it's a complicated situation. I think it would be good if the student actually looked at and attempted each assignment as best that he could so he knows what's going on. So at least he understands what the teacher is asking for in the assignment. I think he should really ask to meet with his teachers, and many times students with a condition like ADHD, which is really very common, um, do have some accommodations. But even if he doesn't have those, or if it's undiagnosed, if he's having problems, he should ask his teachers and could figure out something that would allow him to be more successful. So it might be the form in which he gives answers. Maybe writing is what's really difficult. Maybe the length of the assignments is difficult. Maybe they need to be chunked a little bit differently or things like that. So I think if Doug does this all year and doesn't let his teachers know, I think that would be academic misconduct. And I think that there should be some things done about that. If he's misrepresenting work as his own understanding when in fact it came from an online source. However, I think the ideal situation or a way to resolve that would be to talk with the teachers, and I think the type of assignments could be adjusted to take into account the fact that Doug probably won't be successful with just doing homework the way that many other students do. So, like I said, uh, I'd like you to look at these. One of the things I like about this document is I put down here several scenarios where teachers might have some problems with ethics and academic integrity as well. And I'm really interested to see what people think about those particular scenarios, because it's not just students who have issues with these things, right? So anyhow, hopefully that makes sense, and if you have questions, you can send me a reminder.